After the age of 30, men can lose as much as 3 to 5% of their muscle every single decade. By 65, that has quietly added to a real difference. And here is the part where almost nobody connects. That slow loss is often the reason the afternoon feels so heavy. Before we go any further, a quick note. This video is for general information only. It is not medical advice. Please talk with your own doctor before you change anything about your health routine. If you feel fine at 8 in the morning and worn out by 2, you are not imagining it. And it is usually not one important thing. It is 6 small, ordinary habits. The kind that looks completely harmless from the outside. That is exactly why they slip past you. Nobody warns you about them, because on paper they seem like nothing at all. In the next few minutes, we will walk through all 6, one at a time. For each one you will hear what it does inside your body, and one simple change you can try instead. Stay with me to the 6th, because it has nothing to do with food and nothing to do with exercise. Energy is not a tank you were born with that slowly empties as you get older. Your body makes energy fresh every single day. Food comes in, muscles and blood and lungs turn it into fuel, and your brain decides how much of it to spend. That entire system still works at 70. It just becomes less forgiving. At 30, you could skip breakfast, sit at a desk for 4 hours, sleep badly, and still get through the day. Your body has spare room. After 60, that spare room shrinks. Muscle carries less reserve. The signal that tells you when you are thirsty gets quieter. Sleep breaks into shorter pieces. Recovery from a rough night takes longer than it used to. None of that means you are breaking down. It means the margin for error is smaller. So, the same small habits that cost you nothing at 40 now cost you real energy at 68. This is good news, because small margins cut both ways. If a small habit can quietly drain you, a slight change can quietly give it back. You are not looking for a cure here. You are looking for leaks. 6 of them. Let us start with the one most men have never even thought about. Habit 1. Saving all your protein for dinner. Look at how most men over 60 eat. Breakfast is toast and coffee. Lunch is a sandwich or a bowl of soup. Then dinner arrives with the chicken, the beef, the fish. All the protein for the entire day lands in one meal at night. Here's the problem. Your muscles do not store protein for later. They use what arrives when it arrives. Harvard Health notes that many older men simply do not get enough protein, and that aging bodies become less efficient at using it. So, a huge portion does not make up for morning and afternoon with almost none. Think about what your body is doing between 7 in the morning and 7 at night. Standing up from a chair, carrying groceries, climbing the porch steps. Every one of those asks something of your muscle. And for most of that day, you have given it extraordinarily little to work with. Many men describe the same thing without knowing why. They feel steady in the morning, then flat and shaky by mid-afternoon, then oddly fine again after supper. What to try instead? Move some protein earlier. Add an egg to your breakfast. Put a little cottage cheese or Greek yogurt beside your toast. Keep a handful of nuts where you sit in the afternoon. You are not eating more overall. You are spreading it out. Habit 2. Sitting for 2 hours without standing up. Sitting is not the villain here. Nobody needs to feel guilty about their armchair. The problem is sitting completely still for long, unbroken stretches. When you sit without moving, blood flow to your legs slows down. Muscles switch off. Joints stiffen. Then when you finally stand, your body must restart everything at once. And that restart costs energy you did not plan on spending. The pattern is familiar. You sit down after breakfast to read the paper. You watch a program. You check something on the computer. 2.5 hours are gone. And when you get up, your knees complain and your head feels foggy. Most men blame their age. Very often, it is the stillness, not the years. What to try instead? Stand up once every hour. That is the whole thing. You do not need an exercise plan. Walk to the kitchen. Step outside and look at the yard. 60 seconds is enough to wake the system back up. Some men stand every time a commercial comes on. Habit 3. Waiting until you feel thirsty before you drink. This one catch everybody, because it feels like common sense. You drink when you are thirsty. That is how it worked your whole life. But thirst is a signal, and that signal gets weaker with age. Your body may already need water well before your brain gets around to mentioning it. Research often shows that even mild dehydration can leave older adults feeling tired, foggy, and slower than usual. So, you can run low for hours without ever feeling thirsty. And it is easy to fall behind without noticing. Coffee in the morning. Nothing until lunch. A glass with dinner. That is a long stretch of the day running on extraordinarily little. Some men drink less on purpose, because they do not want to be getting up all night. That is an understandable worry, and it is worth raising with your doctor, especially if you take any medication that affects fluids. But drinking almost nothing all day is rarely the answer. What to try instead? Stop waiting for the signal. Keep a glass of water in the room where you spend your time, not in the kitchen where you must get it. When you walk past it, take a sip. That is it. Many seniors find that sipping through the day works far better than trying to catch up with 2 big glasses at night. Habit 4. The long afternoon nap and the moving bedtime. There is nothing wrong with a nap. After 60, an afternoon rest can be genuinely useful. The trouble starts when the nap stretches long and bedtime starts wandering. Here is what happens. You sleep for an hour and a half on the couch. You wake up groggy, not refreshed. That evening, you are not tired at your usual time, so you stay up. The next morning you sleep in a little. By the weekend, your body has no idea when it is supposed to be awake and when it is supposed to be asleep. Your body runs on a clock, and that clock is built on repetition. When the pattern keeps shifting, the clock stops giving clear instructions. The result is being half awake all day and half asleep at night. The National Institute on Aging points to erratic bedtimes and staying up too late as lifestyle factors that can add to fatigue in older adults. What to try instead? Keep the nap short. Minutes, not hours. And protect one thing primarily, which is the time you get up in the morning. At the same time every day, weekends included. A steady wake-up time does more for your energy than a perfect bedtime ever will. Habit 5. Reaching for something sweet the moment your energy dips. 3 in the afternoon arrives. You feel it coming. That heavy, slow, foggy feeling. So, you have a cookie, or a piece of candy from the dish, or a soda, and for about 20 minutes, it genuinely works. You feel brighter. You feel like yourself again. Then it fades, and what comes after usually feels worse than what you started with. This is not about giving up dessert. It is about what you reach for at the exact moment you are running low. Something sweet on its own gets used up fast. The lift arrives quickly and leaves just as quickly, and your body is left looking for the next one. That is why one cookie at 3 often turns into another at 4. There is a second cost that most men miss. When a sweet snack fills you up in the afternoon, dinner gets smaller, which means less protein at the one meal where you were getting some. So, habit 5 quietly makes habit 1 worse. What to try instead? When the afternoon dip hits, pair the sweet thing with something solid rather than eating it alone. An apple with peanut butter, crackers with cheese, a handful of almonds beside your coffee. The sweetness is still there, but now it has company, and it lasts longer. And if you want the simplest possible version of this, before you reach for the snack, drink a glass of water and stand up for 1 minute. A surprising number of afternoon dips are not hunger at all. Habit 6. Staying inside all morning. This is the one nobody expects, because it has nothing to do with what you eat and nothing to do with how much you move. Your body has an internal clock, and that clock does not run on its own. It needs to be set, the same way an old watch needed winding. The main thing that sets it up is light. Not lamplight, not the television. Natural daylight, early in the day. When morning light reaches your eyes, it sends a clear message through your system. It is morning. Be awake now. That single message shapes how alert you feel at 11, how steady you feel at 3, and how easily you fall asleep at 10. Now think about a typical winter morning at home. You wake up. The curtains stay half closed. You have coffee under a kitchen light. You read, you watch the news, you make some calls. It is 2 in the afternoon before you step outside, and some days you do not step outside at all. Your clock never got the message. So, it takes the entire day unsure of what time it is, and you spend the entire day feeling slightly foggy without a single obvious reason. Many men who retire notice this without understanding it. During their working years, they walked to a car, crossed a parking lot, stood outside at some point every single morning. Now they do not, and they assume the tiredness is simply age catching up. What to try instead? Get outside within an hour or 2 of walking. 10 minutes is plenty. Stand on the porch with your coffee. Walk to the mailbox and back the long way. Sit by the brightest window in the house if the weather is bad. You are not exercising. You are just letting your body know the day has started. A quick reminder before we wrap up. Everything here is general information, not medical advice. If you are dealing with tiredness that will not lift, please bring it to your doctor, because ongoing fatigue can have causes that deserve a proper look. So there they are. 6 quiet leaks. 1. Saving all your protein for dinner when your muscles need some at breakfast too. 2. Sitting for long, unbroken stretches, so your body must restart itself every time you stand. 3. Waiting to feel thirsty when that signal is no longer dependable. 4. Long naps and bedtime that keep moving, which leaves your internal clock with no pattern to follow. 5. Reaching for something sweet on its own at 3 in the afternoon and paying for it at 4. 6. Staying indoors all morning, so your body clock never gets told the day has begun. Notice what is not on that list. No gym membership. No supplements. No complicated program. Not one of these 6 requires you to become a different man. They ask you to move a few trivial things a few inches. And here is what this is about. It was never about the cookie or the curtains. It is about being the man who still stands up from his chair without thinking about it. The man who takes the stairs because they were there. The man whose grandchildren must walk a little faster to keep up with him. Pick one. Just one. The one that made you nod. Try it for a week and pay attention to your afternoons. If this was useful, a like genuinely helps the channel reach other men our age. Subscribe if you would like more of these, and tell me in the comments which of the 6 you recognized in yourself. I read every one. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.